Welcome to Hobby Wild. Today we're going to be taking a look at how you can grow your own chili peppers. Growing chilies is easy, cheap, and at the end of the season you're rewarded with fresh chilies to eat. Here are a few of my seedlings, just ignore the baby Roma tomato plants at the front. Let's take you through a few things that you'll need to know. Here we have a few mini bird's eye chilies. These small chilies grow in large numbers on the bush and are good for salads, however you'll usually need to use more than one. Even though these are from the same plant, the textures can vary, with this one having more of a dehydrated look similar to a Thai or cayenne chili. The big wrinkly one at the back is known as a ghost pepper. The ghost at one point of time was classified as the hottest chili in the world, however since has been beaten. To get started, the first thing that you're going to need are some seeds. You can buy seeds from your local nursery, eBay, chili seed website, or swap them on internet forums with other hobbyists. Seeds are cheap, usually ranging from around $1 to $10 per 20 seeds, depending on the rarity. It's easy to start building a collection of seed varieties, especially once you get a few of your own plants going, and you can harvest your own seeds at no cost. The heat of a chili is measured on the Scoville scale. At the low end of the scale, you have varieties such as the Jalapeno at about 2,000 Scoville units, right through to the habanero around the 200 to 400,000 mark, and then at the top end, what are known as the super hots, such as the ghost pepper, the butch tea, and Carolina reaper, ranging from around 1 to 2 million Scoville units. As well as heat, different chilies have different flavours and purposes. Some are good for salads, and some you may only use in a hot sauce. You can see that these seeds are very dry at the moment. When yours arrive, you'll want to soak them in water for 1 to 2 days prior to planting, or put them between moist paper towel to soften them up, which will help them germinate. Once you're harvesting your own seeds, you may only get 5 or 10 seeds from some chilies, whereas others such as these red cherry pepper seeds will give you 20 or more seeds from each chili, so you can see how quickly your chili seed stock can grow. The best time of year to start your planting is just after winter, or more precisely after the last frost, as frost will kill off your chili plant very quickly. You'll also need to get yourself a bag of potting mix. A big cheap bag such as this one will start from about $5. Each mix is different, and some people swear by the more expensive mixes. Try a few and see what works best for you. You'll want to try and find a mix that's going to be draining well, as this is going to help prevent the roots of your plant from rotting. There are a ton of different pots that you can choose from. Here we have one of the smallest pots available, which cost around $10 for 20. I like these pots as they drain exceptionally well, and due to their small size you can pot up many seeds in only a small space. These will get your seedlings through their first month or two of growth, after which you'll notice the roots start to appear and you need to move to something bigger. I like to use tumbler cups for the next stage as they're dead cheap. You can pick up a 50 pack for only $1 or $2. You'll need to drill or cut some holes in the bottom so they can drain. If you don't do this, then your soil is going to be overly damp and your plant will die. This particular cup is a bad example as it has clear sides. This allows the light in and the heat out. Look for the red cups instead. Another option I like to use for plants are these long trays. Here we have some baby Roma tomatoes. I simply put in about 30 seeds and sprinkle a fine layer of potting mix on top. This technique allows you to then wait and see what grows and transplant only the good ones to their own pots. You just need to be careful when cutting them out with a knife that you don't accidentally cut the roots. The longer they stay in this tray, the higher the chance that the roots will tangle with each other, so don't leave them in here for too long. A good spray bottle is going to make your life much easier, and they're cheap. This one costs about $5. You fill it with water, pump the top 10 or 20 times and hold down the trigger. The adjustable nozzle at the end allows you to lightly mist your smallest seedlings. Watering plants is really hit and miss though. I spray mine whenever they start to look dehydrated. When you first plant your seeds, ensure that there's only a fine layer of potting mix on top. You want the mix to stop them from drying out, however once they start to grow, they don't have much energy and they need to break through that layer of potting mix. The first sign of life is going to be a small green hook that breaks through the surface. This green hook will often have the seed still attached to the end. Don't worry about it too much as the seed should eventually fall off, however you may want to give it a very careful helping hand. Once the seed falls off the hook, you're going to be left with 2 small leaves. This lemon is about 1 to 2 months old but seems to be a bit of a slow grower. Remember to always label your plants, especially if you have several varieties, as it's very easy to mix them up. I like to make my own labels and they're as good as free. You just cut up a milk bottle, write the name on with a permanent marker and away you go. When you need 20 labels at a time for seedlings and don't know how many are going to survive, this is a good money saver. Just be sure to keep the labels off to the side so you don't spear any roots. This jalapeno was planted at the same time as the Agi lemon, however it's grown much more quickly. You can still see the original 2 small leaves at the base of the stem. We should be able to leave this plant in this cup until it's doubled or tripled in size before needing to repot. I like to keep my seedlings indoors next to the window as they benefit from the sun, however are protected from the wind and temperature changes. The 2 original small leaves at the bottom probably won't grow much more than this. I keep all of the cups in seedling trays. The big benefit is that I can move all of the cups at once and also reduce the risk of accidentally knocking over a cup. This makes it easy for putting them in the sun or watering. The trays only cost $1 or $2 from the nursery. Finally, we have the mature red Christmas bell plant. This is where all of your hard work pays off from about 5 months after planting. These chilies progress in colour from green down to a yellowy orange and finally into the red colour, which means that they're ripe and ready to eat. Remember to save the seeds. I hope this video has kicked off your interest in growing chilies.